You've got the whole droid army over there.
Just go, 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 go.
I decided to build a deck where I hope I can help everyone.
Ruben's like Walmart. He moves into your town. You think it's going to be great. He gives you all this stuff, and then pretty soon all the small businesses are out of business.
I'm petty and vindictive.
This is how to become the fastest villain.
It's time to get down and dirty with the board. So, the step one of getting your Darth Jar Jar combo. Welcome back to Under the Twin Suns. Thanks for joining us, as always. It's me, Cole, and I'm here with my friends, my good pals, and my fellow co-hosts. And we're just going to jump right on into the topic with, how about this? We can just introduce ourselves like this. Like, my name is Cole. I am the host. And the TCG that I started with, I started collecting Pokemon cards when I was like 5 or 6. And I got back in, when I tried to get back into TCGs about a year ago, that's where I started again, was with Pokemon. I love collecting it much more than I do playing it, but playing it's kind of fun.
My name's Jonathan.
Hi.
No, this time, Steve, I'm taking over.
Oh, do it then.
Yeah, I will do. Jonathan, I started with probably Pokemon as well as a young kid, and then playing a lot of online card games here and there, and then picked up Pokemon. Actually met Cole there, and then got sucked into Star Wars.
Yeah, it was a fun coincidence. Oh, sorry, Steve.
You know, I'm just not going to talk, okay? God. Yeah, hi, I'm Steve. I started with Magic the Gathering. I played it really hardcore for a long time. Met a lot of really cool people.
Well, I'm Ruben. I started playing TCGs probably when I would say maybe 14, 15. I think I started with 4th edition, if not before that. So yeah, that's where I started. I used to old rule back in the day called ante, where you used to like, hey, if you win the match or the game, you get to keep the card. I used to do that playing Mario Kart. So if that tells you anything, what kind of games I was playing and how we used to do, how we used to get cards. So that was my take on it.
I'm so glad that just phased out of all games. Like, that was never fun. Like, when prize cards used to actually be up for grabs, that was never fun.
Ante just felt too much like gambling.
I do love gambling. I'm not good at it, but I do love it.
Yeah, I don't like it when I'm impressionable.
So young, supple.
I learned gambling when I was 12.
Yeah. We were trading Charizards back in the day. Or whatever the Pokemans play.
Was it not normal to shoot dice on the jungle gym? That's just me? Not just me? Oh, okay.
We were doing that on the bus. We were throwing dice on the bus. Anybody else do that? Oh, okay.
Nope.
Do you guys remember in school when they like banned Pokemon cards from being in the school?
Yes.
And like, but we would still take them in, and it'd be like a drug deal going on in the recess. So you're like pulling up, like, hey, you got the stuff. And, you got one guy who's looking out for teachers.
That's good.
But yeah, so we thought it would be a fun way to introduce ourselves this week by talking about what trading card games we had all started with. And personally, my big ones that I still play are obviously Star Wars Unlimited, and then I also play a little bit of Altered here and there, which is fun, but I mostly just collect Pokemon cards at this point. But yeah, like Jonathan had said, that's where we met. I met Ruben playing Star Wars Unlimited, and then we all just kind of became friends, and we started playing a lot of games together, and then one day Steve was just like, do you guys want to do something fun? And then after he informed me that it was legal and fun, I was in. It was a good time. But yeah, you all have Steve to thank for all of this. He is the reason. He's the creator, if you will.
Yay, Steve.
Yay, Steve. All right, well, that was our intro topic. Speaking of Steve, he's got a quick little what's the meme for us this week. Bada boom, 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 Memeology. Boom, 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 Memeology. Do you guys like how I make it up every week and just embarrass myself?
I was about to say, I look forward to that song.
I'm glad, because every week it's different, because I don't remember how I said it last week, and it's always going to be fascinating.
Yeah, you got to keep them hooked, coming back for more.
Gotta know when to.
my
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm just gonna stop talking. Uh,
No, we can't lose you.
We need a talking stick.
my meme of the week is very, very simple. Like it's very, very simple. So like you're just gonna play the game. Like you're just gonna play a game and have fun until you get to about like turn 4 or 5, if you can make it that long. And you're gonna cast the Clone Wars. It's 2 resource, pay any number of resources, create that many clone trooper tokens. Each opponent creates that many battle droid tokens. So you're just gonna poop out like 2 or 3 clones, and you're gonna give each of your opponents 2 or 3 droids, and everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, that's Steve. He's so great. Really appreciate those droids." And you're gonna be like, "Yeah, man, you got it." And then on the following turn, or on that turn, if you have enough resources, you're gonna play for 3 resources, Disruptive Burst. Give each enemy unit -1/-1 for this phase. So the Steve giveth and the Steve taketh away. I destroy all the battle droids and I laugh maniacally. That is my meme of the.
No, that's
of
pretty
the
good.
week.
It's simple,
Yeah.
it's effective, and it's to the point.
And ruthless.
If you wanted to be a cool guy, you could play Snoke, but that's just a little bit too much.
It's also, I feel like that's way more of, like, I'd be way more mad about you playing a Snoke than I would about you disruptive bursting.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's true too. Like, what does that card do? Like, look at that again.
Anyone else think it should have been called Droid Popper?
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what they called him in the Clone
Man.
Wars. I wish. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
Only complaint, but I love that
yeah.
meme. That's great, Steve. Simple, effective,
Thanks.
and unlike my memes that take 7 turns of non-interrupted death, yours is just quick and to the point. Well, thank you, Steve, as always. Try it out. Let us know what you guys think. Give us your meme ideas below. Maybe we'll steal them. I mean, base new ideas off of them. Yes, and give credit. Yes, of course. As
That'd be great.
always, you'll be able to tell when we're recording this because we're going to talk about some spoilers that came out for Set 4. As always, I'll put up on the screen the spoiler warning. And if you want to go into Set 4 completely blind, go ahead and click the timestamp that goes past the spoilers. Do 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 do. I just like to give people a couple seconds. And now we'll start. Ruben, do you want to go first?
I will go first. I'm going to choose the leader, Admiral Holdo. It is a command heroism leader, has action. You pay 1 resource, you give a resistance unit or a unit with a resistance upgrade on it, +2/+2 for this phase. I like when my units get buffed up. I will more than likely find a few resource resistance units inside of the new set plus the older sets. So I think this has a lot of legs, especially when you flip at 6. You get to see that she becomes a 3/8 unit, but also has the same ability on attack. So you can basically uh, buff up anybody whenever you go to attack. So it's very, very cool, and I think it's also makes your unit stronger. And anytime you can buff up your unit, I think that's a fantastic time. And for 6, not horrible for that cost, but the 3/8 is the power's 3 and the hit points is 8. I just think it's really, really solid for that part. So I really like her as that the leader. My second card that I want to talk about is Rio Durant. I just think this is so much fun. Again, it's one of those units. It's a cunning villainy leader. You pay 1, you exhaust it, you attack with a space unit. It gets +1/+0 and gains Saboteur for this attack. And as anyone who's aware of what's going on with Set 4, Jump to Lightspeed, there's a lot of space units. So that is pretty great. But it gets better. When you flip Rio over at 5 resources, has the same, Saboteur, has attaching as a leader unit. If you put this on as an upgrade, the unit gets +3/+5. That's pretty good. And if it's a
Jeez.
transport, it also gets +1/+0. So yeah, you are definitely going to make a beefy unit. So it's something that, in especially in Twin Suns, when it just takes 1 turn. to just basically, if you are running real, everyone's low health is running really low, you pop this on a unit, and you could basically probably swing for lethal with it. So yeah, I really like this, and it's a 5. Yeah, I like it.
And transport sounds really restrictive, but there are some really good transport cards.
Yeah, there's some really good cards, and like I said, it's just you give a space unit on its front side, so it's kind of, it's really really good because there's so many space units, and you gain Saboteur. So don't worry about Sentinel, I got you. I'm gonna go right through you. So yeah, I really like those 2 leaders especially.
That makes sense to me. So for me, the 2 cards that grab my attention are, as always, you guys know I really like to play thematic decks, especially decks that buff off of each other. I've been playing Rex for like 8 weeks now, and it's pretty consistent. I really like decks that build off of each other, like off the specific traits. So this week's the thing that grabbed me was General Hux, which was a first order, and he gives every other friendly first order unit raid 1, and he has an action exhaust ability for if you played a first order card this phase, you may draw a card. So he gives you card draw. He's a red black. He's a 1/4, and I just really like that a lot because both he gives raid and he's got that 4 health. So if you want to take him down, you got to commit something. And you're able to then just continue to do card draw, which is something that red does very effectively and will continue to do so. Then the other
He's
one
almost
is
like
oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say he's almost like a Pershing in a way, like letting you get a little extra card draw in the beginning.
Yeah. I like it a lot. Especially because you don't have to damage yourself to get that draw.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And then the other card that was revealed with him that goes kind of alongside is the Special Forces TIE Fighter, which is a first order vehicle fighter, 2/3, 2 cost, red black. When played, if an opponent controls more space units than you, you can just instantly ready this unit. So if you have Hux out, that's a 3/3, just instantly ready if your opponent's space is clear, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, anytime you can ready a unit is a good time,
Yeah.
especially if when it comes into play. That's why the Falcon is such a fun card.
As much as I hate the sequel movies, I'm very much looking forward to see what the First Order has to offer.
Mm.
But yeah, that's for me. Jonathan, I know you have a couple cards you want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm I'm curious with Rampart. Rampart 2, a 3/3, but you have to have at least 4 power to ready the unit in the regroup phase. So I feel like while it initially might look like a turn 1 play, unless you have an upgrade to follow it up, you won't be attacking for the first 2 turns. So I'm curious how that might combo. Maybe it's a turn to play it when you're going to flip your leader and then attach your leader to it. Could be interesting, although then you'd miss out on a swing with your leader. Or if there's going to be like some other combo that comes with it. The second card is the second base that we saw. This was the red base, Thermal Oscillator. And it says your minimum deck size is decreased by 5 cards for a cost of 3 health. And I'm curious how this is going to be, because especially in a game like Twin Suns, where you're only going to see each card once, how much bloat are we going to get when we go up to 80 cards and then 100 cards? And is that, 20% of the deck, or 1/20th of the deck, going to help increase consistency at the cost of 3 health? I'm cautiously optimistic. I think it'll be interesting to play around with.
Yeah, I don't like it for Twin Suns.
I'm not feeling it for Twin Suns, but I was just thinking of Rampart a little bit with Rio Durant. The unit doesn't ready during the regroup phase unless its power is 4 or more. And, if you have, let's say you do attach the Rio to it, I mean, he just becomes buffer, like you said. But anytime, if you could put any kind of blanket effect on the board, like anything that gives your units +1/+0 or anything along that line would be good. Maybe we haven't seen the card yet that's going to make this card really good in the set. So I'm just excited to see all the different things they're coming up with. Like, I love the way they're changing up the way we're thinking about the way we play our cards now. So I think the set 4 is going to be pretty awesome for that.
I wanted to comment on Dengar. Uh, his title under his name says crude and slovenly.
Hmm.
Does anybody know what slovenly means? Because I had to look it up.
Yeah, just means like
Um,
disgusting, disheveled.
yeah, untidy, especially in personal appearance. I love that it's now canon that Dengar is a slob. Like that is hilarious to
That's
me.
pretty funny.
Yeah. My card I wanted to talk about was Turbo Laser Salvo. It's a 7 resource tactic and just command, and it says choose an arena. A friendly space unit deals damage equal to its power to each enemy unit in that arena. That's gonna be nuts. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that doesn't just hit one opponent. It says to each enemy unit in that arena. So if I choose space, I'm hitting everybody's
Everybody.
space units.
Hmm.
And that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts.
Yep.
I'm so excited to do that
Uh,
multiple
it's
times.
it's also a good card that you're gonna like to play in your premier deck, I think.
Maybe overwhelming barrage number 5 and 6.
That that would be really good. No, I'm looking forward to that card a lot.
And briefly wanted to mention that we now have an heroic giant capital ship that is really scary, and it gives arguably one of the best keywords in Twin Suns, Sentinel. And when it deals damage, or when it dies, it deals damage equal to its unit's power to an enemy unit. So I mean, it goes out killing something, which I think is pretty thematic. That's the ship that did the Holdo maneuver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the
Is that Radis? Is that what you're
insert
talking about?
joke.
Yeah, Radis.
Yeah, no, it is.
Hey, that's Holdo's final
Yeah,
command.
I watched that movie like once, but I do
I
remember
hate
that.
that movie.
Deal damage equal to this unit's power to an enemy unit. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say that they don't deserve any good cards from those movies, but movie's bad. Me hate
Well,
it.
I'm not gonna go there.
But yeah, let us know below what spoilers you guys are excited for. Spoilers over. Editor Cole, make the edit. Thank you, me. So the other thing we wanted to talk about that was big this week in the news is I think we kind of knew this was coming, but it was like one of those things that like you know something's coming, but you don't want to admit it. FFG discussed, or at least started to discuss, how rotations are going to work. However, not going to impact Twin Suns, so suck it, Trebek. Uh, however, yeah, I just stole Ruben's joke. Thanks, Ruben. However, rotations are going to begin. Is it next year, Ruben? So like with set 5,
Yeah,
set 1 gets worked
2026.
out?
yeah. When the next set comes out in March, it'll rotate the first three sets.
Oh, wait. Hold up. So when JTL comes out, 1's done?
No, in
Oh, okay.
2026, yeah, the first three sets, Spark, Shadows, and Twilight will be
Oh,
rotated.
okay.
Which is interesting because it's like that third set will have the least life. You know, like that first set's going to get way more life, way more legs than that third one
Mhm.
will ever get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
what
know
is
how
it?
else they can
It's in
do it.
March,
I mean,
July, and November? Well, no. I mean, think about it. If they do it in March, so they're about the same amount of time apart, right? So yeah,
oh,
you right. The first one's gonna get the most. The second one's gonna get the second most. Third one's gonna be that. Yeah, I get that. But I think just rotation wise, like I think they're gonna put the meat and potatoes going forward in the first two sets of that year, than the last set, which is gonna make it kind of interesting of how they're going to, because you're right, Steve. You're gonna have less time with that set, but like, what's gonna be the trade-off for that? You know what I mean?
yeah, I
Uh,
wonder if it'll be like I'm going to get all my boxes of that first set, and then 2 and 3 I'll just get the singles. I
Yeah,
don't
and
know if
that's the
it'll be
thing.
like
It's
that
like
or
I don't
not, but
know, I don't know what like I get it, but at the end of the day, they did say that they are going to once this starts happening, they're going to talk about Eternal format, which
Mm-hmm.
is going to be there's no rotation for that, right? It's going to be everything that's being played, and it's very
yep,
similar to
yep.
how Magic does it, and
Modern and yeah.
modern, and
Um,
yeah. So,
oh, I'm so excited about that.
but yeah, so I think it's going to be great. I think the rotation is essential. As much as I like getting my head beat in by Bean, it's nice to see her go away eventually. Or Han at this point. The
Yeah, true.
combo is going to be only around for X amount of time. Or if I think FFG has learned so much from their TCG with Destiny and now with Unlimited, especially from the feedback. Because the feedback is everyone knows this game has got legs. This game is solid, right? So I think that it's important that we know what to expect, especially rotation. They mentioned this way back in the beginning that there will be a
Yeah,
rotation.
exactly.
They just didn't say when, but how everyone talks about rotation, that everyone feels one way or another. So it's definitely something I think it's important to have, but the fact that it does not impact Twin Suns just tells us that we know that Twin Suns are the best. So
It's very true.
Pretty much.
And it'd be interesting if they leaned into like the third set being more Twin Suns focused, or
Mm-hmm.
daring to risk a bit and push the envelope a bit with some cards and be like, ooh, okay, this mechanic seems fun, but is really overpowered, or this
right,
is really
right.
lackluster.
Perilous
That's a
position.
good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it, because if they do that, they go like, let's see how this works. Yeah, I think that's a good call, Jonathan.
That would be the
That-
smart way to do it, but I
yeah.
mean, look at our most broken cards are all in set one, so hopefully they learn
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah, I think they're getting there. I mean, but the thing is that they have a plan for what happens if they are broken cards, literally in Premiere, what they're gonna do with it. And again, they say this is gonna be suspended in Premiere. Then they might say this might be suspended in um Eternal. But then there's also another thing there. Some things might become restricted, like Magic is, where you can only put one of that card in your deck. Or two of, or I'm not sure what is restricted in Magic. Is it one or two? So it's something along that line. So I just think that this news is, even though people feel a certain way about it, I think it's important for the health of the game, especially for the competitiveness. And Twin Suns is going to be, again, like we said, it's going to be a casual format, which is going to have the most support because, hey, go ahead. Uh, that card's going to rotate. It's not going to rotate for us. We're going to keep playing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind
Yep.
of along that line. So yeah, I'm a fan of it.
As a player, I like it. As someone who plays the game. As a collector or a trader, someone who buys a lot of cards, sells them, and buys a lot of packs and opens them, I don't like this. Because I know it's going to impact values, some positively and some very negatively. If that makes sense. So as always, I have my reservations. I see both sides of it. I can appreciate, but I also understand that FFG is trying to alleviate my concerns of as a collector with the carbonite boxes, which I can appreciate going forward. I'm just, as always, I'm going to put my little asterisk of this is what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, valid. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Now, of course, you're not supposed to use cards as investments and like stock market value. However, we all know that they have a certain value to them for as long as they're interested in. But once set 1 through 3 gets killed off, like what's that going to do to the values? Just food for
Yeah,
thought.
yeah. I mean, remember back when Vaders were $100 something each?
I bought mine for like
Yeah,
50 and now they're
yeah.
33. So yeah.
I sold, had a couple of Vaders that I think were like 125, 150 when I sold them. So it's like, yeah, I get it. That's because everyone ran out of packs,
Mhm.
and it's that supply and demand thing. So yeah, I get it.
But yeah, I think we've discussed the rotation news well enough. Let us know what you think about the rotations below. Our final main topic of the day is going to be Ruben. Do you want to go over the rules for the Chaos Sealed? We alluded to this a little bit last weekend on last week's Free for All Friday that we were going to try to put together a sealed version for Twin Suns. And we've determined our first prototype event that we're going to try to run. And we
Right?
want to go ahead
Exactly.
and share the rules with you guys so you can learn alongside with us and you can create your own Twin Suns community, which is what we're all about, getting the game out there. Go ahead, Ruben.
Yeah, thanks, Cole.
Of
So
course.
yeah, so we're calling this the Twin Suns Chaos Sealed event, if you will. Basically, each player is going to receive 8 packs of the set, which in this case is going to be Jump to Lightspeed, and create a Twin Suns deck using the Chaos deck building rules. First rule is players will create a minimum 60 card deck. Think of it as what you do in Premiere. It's 50. You take away 20 cards, it's 30. Same thing here, 80 to 60. Okay? Gives you a little bit wiggle room to work with. Players for number 2, players can play with any leader combination. Let that set in for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Any leader combination. Okay? So it's going to be a lot of fun for that. Third, which is going to kind of be the little bit spice in here. Players are not limited to singleton deck building rules for units or upgrades, but each gain the additional unique rule. So let's just say you opened up your 8 packs and you get, I don't know, two, 3 good common cards that you know, typically you wouldn't be able to play in a singleton deck, but in this kind of chaos, yes, you can. But if you play it, you have to use a unique rule, which means you have to defeat a one of these cards when it enters play immediately. So that is a way to kind of balance it out, but also cause the chaos itself. Now, which I just thought about, would be even crazier if this was a global unique rule that if anyone played that type of card, it would kill it off, which would be kind of fun, but crazy at the same time. But to reiterate, first one is create a minimum 60 card deck, any leader combination, and any unit or upgrade has the additional unique rule. So that's what we're going to try out. We're going to do it on the 7th or whatever day is the Friday before what is it?
The
It
14th.
is Friday the 7th, right?
Yeah,
That's the pre-release. So
correct.
we're going to try that. We're going to see how it goes. We'll report back and let you know how it went, how chaotic it really was, how OP it was, or anything along that line. But I'm excited to try this out, and I think these guys are excited too. We do have a couple other ideas that we've been brewing about, but we're going to try this one first.
Yeah. We think it'll be fun. Obviously, as Ruben said, we're going to have to test it out to see if that chaos thing is going to be way too overpowered. Because it might work out perfectly. It might be just super fun and everything's pretty balanced. Or we'll let you know. As always, we appreciate your help and discussions below to give us ideas. All right.
That's
We're going to move on to the Deck Tech Spotlight. So, when this video releases, our first Saturday surprise tier list video is already out. So if you missed that, go ahead and watch that for some good laughs. Because I based this deck off of some of our discussions. I call this deck No One Wants to Play With Me. And you see, it's Boba Fett and Iden, and no one will want to play with me. In fact, I'm going to play this deck on our Free For All Friday, and I'm sure it will end. It's just going to be great. I'm sure everyone's going to love it. A couple of examples of some cards I have in there, but basically what you're going to be doing is a lot of ambushing to get that healing from Iden and to be able to get some resources from Boba. But you're also going to do some annoying stuff, like a little Salacious Crumb to just kind of pick at your opponents, a little DJ to steal somebody's resource, some Super Laser Tech to get you some extra resources, Rook so that if you so much as touch someone, they die, Vader to get all your little guys out, a good old Lurking Tie Phantom, because who doesn't love a little Lurking Tie Phantom go burr? Some Overwhelming Barrage, some Perilous Position, Frozen and Carbonite, No Good to Me Dead, all sorts of fun stuff you can do to your opponents. But yeah, basically your goal with this deck is just to make everyone mad and see how long you can stay alive.
You might need a 35-point base then, man.
If
Yeah,
it was
for real,
available
I mean-
right now, I would be using it.
It sounds like you're gonna have quite the target on your back.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be a fun time. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Truly, and I don't think I'm gonna win, but I just want to see what happens when every time you guys are like, he's done messing with me. What? He
Yeah,
did
we're gonna
another
be
thing.
like every time you drop the card, we're gonna be like, why? Why? That's what we're gonna do.
But yeah, definitely tune into that on Friday to find out.
Who plays that card?
Is there anything really weird in this deck now that I think about it? Oh yeah, there's some weird stuff in here. Hold up, you might say that. Yeah, there's some weird stuff in here. We're gonna find out though. As always, the deck is linked below with a description. Try it out. Let us know what you think. If your friends get irritated, give me your funny stories about why. You know, we love hearing from our community. We really appreciate all the support we've been getting on the on the videos recently. But yeah. So one thing we were trying to do tonight was have a little bit more of an expedited podcast, and we want to know what you guys think below, because we're on to our final segment already. We're on to Name That Card.
What's that card?
Intro over. All right. As always, the way that this works is Ruben has chosen a card because he won last week, so he has
Hey,
a
I
card.
won! Look at me! Let's go! All right, so I'll pick the starting order, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna pick Steve, then Cole, then Jonathan.
Okie dokie.
Steve, you go first.
Okay. What set is this from?
Oh, that is a great
Yeah, that's a good
question.
one.
It is from the second set,
Okay.
Shadows of
Ooh.
Galaxy.
Shadows.
Is this card a unit?
Does it have?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh yeah. I'm going third. I'm going
Order,
third. I'm
order.
jumping the gun, man.
Let's go. This is how I run my show.
Yeah.
Judge
Now,
Judy banging her gavel. Yeah, I'm going with is this a unit?
Is this a unit?
Yeah, is the card a unit?
No, it
Oh,
is not a
okay.
unit.
Does it have the smuggle keyword?
It does not
Oh,
have this. Right? I watched a lot of Jerry Springer
you're
shows.
playing with my feelings. Telling me that I am the father, but I'm not the father. I'm not sure. Is the baby mine?
The baby is not yours.
All right, cool. I can unpack my briefcase. I don't have to run away anymore. All right. Where were we? It's not a smuggle. It's from
It's
set
not
2.
smuggle. It's
Not
set
a unit.
2. It's not a unit. Is this card an upgrade?
The card is an upgrade. Was that question number 2 for
This
you?
is
or
round
3?
2.
That was
Yeah.
that was my
This
second
is round
one,
2.
Yeah.
Does this card's artwork have multiple characters in it?
No.
Okay.
Is this card neutral? Neither villainy nor hero.
Yes.
Ooh.
From set 2?
I know what it is.
Oh, I know what it is.
I know what it is. I'm ready to guess,
Steve,
but I
you
don't
may
remember the
guess.
name of it. I don't remember the name of it though. It's one resource. It's a bounty. You put it on there, and if they defeat it, the bounty is 2 experience counters.
Steve, congratulations.
Oh.
You lost.
Oh.
Sit down, be quiet,
Oh.
get yourself some a drink.
Okay. So
Try
it's-
again.
Not that one, then, guys. You're welcome.
Dang, that's what I thought it was too in your defense, Steve. It's not
awesome,
Rich
Steve.
Reward?
Oh, Rich's. Yep, that's it. Rich Reward.
Oh my. Well, it's an upgrade. Set 2.
And it's.
Neutral.
I'll be quiet. I'm not in it anymore.
Listen to what Jonathan said. He asked a question.
What did he say?
His question is, he didn't. Okay, let me just back up just to make sure that this was not. Maybe this is something I understood. When you said that it was non-heroism or non-villainy, I said no.
Oh.
So it's not neutral. It's
So
just
you took it as
We took it
neutral,
as
and I
neutral
didn't say that.
color.
So just want you to throw that.
Oh,
This is me being
okay,
nice.
okay.
But Steve, you're still out.
Dang.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Well, you tried.
And the triple negatives, man.
Oh, I got a good one.
This is question number 4 for you, I
This
think.
is question number 3.
I don't know. I don't remember that. Okay,
Yes,
go
it
ahead.
is. Editor Cole, correct me if I'm wrong. This is question number 3. Is it? It's question number 3, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ruben, can this upgrade? Does this upgrade have the wording attached to a non-vehicle unit?
It does not.
Okay, so it can be attached to a vehicle. Okay, go ahead, Jonathan.
Oh,
That's huge.
Yeah, it really is. So that one helps.
is this a cunning card?
It is not. Question number 4. Cole. This is exciting. Ooh.
Well, if it's command, I think I know what it is, but I don't want to waste asking if it's command. Is the cost 2?
No.
Crap. We don't have a color or a cost, my lord.
All I want you to know that this is a
No.
lot of fun being the person who has to.
It
do the
is,
card.
right?
That's exciting. Okay. Question number 4, Jonathan.
Yeah, is it heroism?
He said it's neutral.
I did.
He said it's not neutral. The triple
I
negatives,
died for
Cole.
nothing.
Now I'm
Triple
so
negative.
confused.
Well, Jonathan already asked this question before, but it is not heroism. You guys are great. I love
That's what I
this.
thought. God, I hate you
Cole,
here.
you are on question number 5.
Wait, did I confuse myself?
Yes.
Break my own ankles?
Ruben, just give me Ruben. Just give me the aspect so I can at least get a decent guess here. Just what freaking color is this crap?
Okay, what? Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, what color is this crap?
Vigilance.
I hate it here.
That was your last question.
I'm
and
aware
then
it
you
was
have
my
a
last
chance to
question.
get a All right, Jonathan, what do you got? Your last question.
What's the cost?
4.
Oh
Cole.
God.
Now you have to guess.
Yeah, no. Give me a second. I get time. You don't just get to throw the bell at me.
Whoa. Easy there. Easy. Hot seat.
So it's a 4. It's an upgrade. It can be attached to a vehicle. It's blue.
Calm down, Steve.
If Steve knows it, I'm so happy for him.
Any of you guys played Destiny? Star Wars
No.
Destiny?
Nope.
I'll give you a clue. It was actually yellow in Star Wars Destiny.
That doesn't help me at all.
Thanks for the viewers. Now they know for sure.
Now they know.
I have no earthly idea.
All right. So,
I'm blanking.
Can I guess?
Cole, is that your final answer? You
No,
don't
that's
know?
not the final answer. It's blue, and it's a 4 cost upgrade.
I wanna guess.
All right. I think I have to give you a 10-second.
That's fine. It's not devotion, but screw it, it's devotion. Why not?
Are you guessing devotion as your
I
final
know it's
answer?
incorrect, but sure, why not?
All right. Your final answer is devotion. That
Sure.
is incorrect. Sorry, Cole.
No, you're all good.
Please sit next to Steve. All right, Jonathan, you're up.
Hey, this is throwing me for a loop. I'm probably gonna not get numbers right. Is it? See, I can't see the number on this card. Is it Foundling?
It's a 1 cost.
No, so sorry. Jonathan, you did not get the answer correctly. I do apologize. Steve, would you like to do an honorable mention?
Redemption?
I would. Is it second chance?
Correct, Steve. It is second.
Oh, I
hand.
literally have never used that card in my life.
I stare at it very, very frequently, trying to figure out if it can work.
Me too, man. Me too. Yes. Wow. That means I get to do this again
Yeah.
next week. All right.
Boo.
Go.
All
Go
right.
team.
Hooray for Ruben.
I win.
Let us know what you guys think below about the expedited episode and more on time, or if you guys want a longer version of us rambling more. As always, thank you for tuning in. Have a safe and pleasant evening. Bye-bye now.
Love you guys.